better than Magma's ulti because it doesn't need a PK. It's like a super empath wall, and it also slows things and stuff. Wait a moment. And then the other things is that Bramble can counter initiate to some extent, which is also big. Like, he is no
AOE.
DS, he's no accursed. He cannot save people as well, but he can still do it pretty good. So Bramble is really good, and I would leave him where he is.
Yeah, I would too. That's what I leave Bramble.
Is Bramble
where he
better
is.
than Magma's?
I
think so, yes.
I would say
slightly better.
Yes, because
Slightly better.
Magma's a bit squishier than Bramble too. You gotta
It's a
take
lot
that.
squishier than Bramble.
Yeah. I mean, granted, Magnus can use his W to invis himself, but someone's just gonna place a counter ward or something.
Yeah. And then Magma's stun is a lot faster than Bramble, which is one thing he definitely does better.
Yeah,
but
that's
Magnus cannot save allies, that kind of thing.
Magnus,
Yeah.
you can kind of say he has his stun, which is useful, his ult is useful, and his steam bath is sort of meh. Bramble, AoE stun on the Q. He's got the heal, which, well, he got the shrubbery, which is I think pretty strong. His passive is actually useful, and the ult is very, very useful.
Yeah.
Yep. So I would actually put him above Accursed. Above Demented Shaman is a different issue. I think that in the same sector, we don't actually have a right and left. Which hero is better? We just say they're about comparable.
Yeah. Would that okay? So would that finish up S tier? I mean S plus. You guys think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Now, if I'm putting the 3 hooks in the lower sector of God tier.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a disagreement with that?
No.
Howl
It's fine.
and Jeebus?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Now, what about everyone else? What about the guys Vindy, Torture, Behemoth, and
This is pretty controversial. This is difficult. At the moment, I am favoring moving Pearl down slightly because she requires a good team. On her own, she doesn't do damage. That is her only weakness. Like, if you compare Demented Shaman against Pearl, Pearl is better, but DS actually does damage, and Pearl doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you pick Pearl, you are unable to pick, for example, Empath. You can't really pick Riftwalker because Riftwalker's damage is not that reliable. That kind of thing. You cannot pick too many of those heroes. Like, for example, like some time ago in Skype, I suggested a lineup where we'll make Berserker Superman. We'll pick 3 healers and buff Berserker to the max. In those kind of situations, you can't pick Pearl.
yeah.
You can't pick Pearl. You can pick Empath, you can pick DS, you can pick Martyr, but you can't pick Pearl.
Right.
So I would move Pearl down slightly.
Another
She's of course
thing about
still
her
really,
is
really good. But
Cool.
Especially in pubs, you can't just pick Pearl and think I win because
Yeah.
I've got your hero.
Yeah. What were you gonna say,
Then,
Howl?
just that her heal, like after you use it once, it doesn't do anything for 30 seconds. That's a very long cooldown.
That's a
and-
drawback. Yes. That is definitely a drawback.
Even then,
Wraith?
it's only like 1 heal.
Yeah.
It's actually not that bad if you're walking back at the same time. It usually takes 30 seconds before you're back
Yeah.
to the lane.
I noticed that a lot of other pro players tend to use the heal a lot. I personally very rarely use the heal.
Yeah.
So it's usually
Only
same.
last second saves, or if you're going
Last
back.
second saves. Yeah.
Because you lose the regen. So obviously, if you can hold it on longer, they'll be healed more by the
Yep.
regen.
For the other heroes, Vindicator is another low damage hero, but his other abilities are really, really good. They have no replacement, so I would be happy with Vindicator where he is. Defiler should probably go down a bit as well. Is Defiler better than Torturer? Yes, because Defiler can silence Torturer. But then aside from that, is Defiler really better than Torturer? No, I don't think so. Like, Torturer has AoE stun, which is long range, is pretty big AoE, and he's got an E spell, Agonizing Bonds, at a super long range harass, and it pulls people together for the AoE stun. He does a lot of damage. Torturer is really, really good. And is Torturer better than Defiler? I think they're on par. Defiler requires a more specific lineup. because she herself has no stun and no disable, and no slow.
Yeah.
So before you can pick Defiler, you must have a hero with a stun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is Defiler comparable to Torturer? I would first pick Torturer over Defiler most of the time. If I can only pick one,
Are you
I would
sure?
pick Torturer.
It's because I just love Defiler's AoE silence so much.
Yeah, well, it depends, I guess, on the rest of the pool. For example, if I can expect to pick up Elonia or Pyromancer, then I could get Defiler first. Possibly. But then, like, if you pick Torturer, you're loading your deck with aces. You already have the AoE stun, you already have the AoE nukes in the team fight. It's not the same with Defiler.
So would you find Defiler and Vindicator and Pearl and Torturer all just comparable?
Yep.
Yeah.
They're all comparable. They're all really good. They're all god tier. But none of them are really much better than the others. I would just put them all in the same bracket.
Okay. That leaves Behemoth.
Yes, and that leaves Behemoth. And I know Mami would say Behemoth is in a tier of his own. He's
I'd
too
agree
god tier
with
to be
that.
god tier. And I can see the logic behind that. I don't think he is a lot better than Torturer and Defiler and that kind of thing. But he is just really, 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 really good.
I agree.
You cannot judge his stun. The AoE is just too big. The only weak part about him is that late game he's nothing. Well, not nothing.
He's not
a lot
even
weaker.
nothing late game. He stuns and still stuns incredibly.
Yes,
for
but then if you have shrunken heads, he's a lot
Well,
weaker.
well,
And
the
he's
ult's
also
instant.
reliant on the enemy balling up. If,
Well,
he does, if the other team doesn't ball up, all he's got is his stun, and his stun doesn't do damage at that point.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I think it's fine where he is.
so
Still
between-
got tier, but low end.
You mean Behemoth is low end god tier?
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, I do. I don't think he has to be moved up.
Well, at the moment, it is looking like we'll have Behemoth, Vindy, Torturer, and Defiler and Pearl all in the same brackets. And then at the moment, I also think Behemoth should be in a tier of his own. But
Well,
yeah,
We forgot Howl. What is his opinion? What are your opinions, Howl?
I agree with the Beheap, just like his own tier. Eventually, he can reliably stun 3 people easily, no matter where they are, and section people off because the wall lasts so long, and you don't really have to worry about for a single target. You don't have to worry about the delay on his fissure because the ult is instant.
It
you
is
can get-
instant, and it's pretty big too.
and
But what about heroes that can actually stun through the fissure? Like
There are
Rally
not
or
many.
Chulif or just a tablet.
It's kind of hard.
it's still a large AoE stun.
Yeah.
And on a single target, let's see, ultimate into fissure into W is actually fairly long disable on a single target.
Yep.
And I think
it's
I was gonna say, like, and I really think his wall in the midwars map in a 5v5 is just so significant. Like compared compared to Force of Calavar and midwars, like everyone's gonna stand in the middle lane, and if you've got a hero who has the ability to like thwart the map. If you have a hero who has the ability to just change the map for 9 other players, I think that's also kind of extreme. Like he's able to just create a wall out of nowhere in favor of his own team against the other guys.
well, he won't often be in position, but yeah. I think one more thing about Behemoth is that especially in the last tournament that we played, every time we tried to initiate, we can't actually burst the hero down before he dies, before his help gets there because of a Behemoth. The Behemoth is like the ultimate counter initiator. It's even better than a Curse and DS and the Martyr.
Yeah, if you try to move forward, you're gonna be hit. Everybody's gonna be hit, and it's probably gonna section somebody off.
Yeah.
But
I
he
would've
can
pre-
even he can trap his own players and get him
Yeah.
killed.
Yeah, he may not be in position to trap enemies. He might
That
end
is
up trapping his own players. But even so, like, I guess it's a judgment call to some extent. I think Mami would agree. He's in favor of banning Behemoth every game.
Yeah. Or just picking him, period.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
picking it. On the other hand, it's also fair that Behemoth is quite countered by, for example, Defiler and Vindicator.
Yeah. I think it's good where he is actually.
Yeah, me too. Wait,
So
wait.
some people would move him up, others would just leave him there. It's a
Yeah,
judgment call.
man. I mean,
Where is Mami? He should be on. Don't tell me he's playing Archage or something.
I would still like to see Riftwalker move up in plus S tier. I think Riftwalker is a lot better where she is.
Then where she is?
Yeah.
I don't.
I doubt it.
I
I
don't.
just. I would judge her
What
the
about
same.
her synergy with just any AoE stun or any AoE spell?
Somebody, I mean, the other team can be very alert about it. It's kind of. I haven't seen
Well,
too much
that's a good
success.
point. That's a good point. Riftwalker ult can be cancelled. If you have a hero like Chipper shoot a rocket in a direction and cancel it, then she suddenly doesn't do anything.
Do you remember the game we played with the chessy sticks and he's in a public game with his friends?
Yep.
They had Riftwalker Gladiator.
They had
They
Riftwalker
had some
Gladiator and
extremely good
Hellbringer, I
synergy.
believe.
And I don't think
Well,
they were Skype.
they never managed to actually land it.
They didn't do it, but it could be. If it was done,
They
it
hit
would have been very
the
strong.
Riftwalker Gladistun a lot. They didn't synergize with the ultimates, but they hit that little combo a lot of times.
Yeah.
Just think it's really good synergy with anything, just a pivotal stun or a PK something.
I feel like it's putting all your eggs in a basket though. Like, I can agree that Riftwalker ult is really good, but if she doesn't land it, or if it's cancelled, or if it's down, then it's just.
But
she's
wouldn't you
just not a
pick
good hero.
It's not that long.
wouldn't you
ago.
pick Riftwalker over Jeremiah or
Would I
Rhapsody?
pick Riftwalker over Jeremiah? Not necessarily. It depends on the team.
Yeah.
Depends on what I need. That's why it's not a good comparison. But for example,
about,
the best hero
what
in
about
the
Rally?
S tier to compare with is the Thunderbringer, I would say. So
What about a
Riftwalker
Rally
versus
then?
Thunderbringer. Sorry?
What about a rally?
Would I pick Riftwalker over Rally? Again, they serve different roles.
No, they're both initiators.
I don't think Riftwalker is an initiator.
She's a counter initiator, I think.
She's a
She
counter
initiates
initiator, and she should not initiate first. She
She
should let
can.
someone else initiate and then only
Yeah,
go
I
in.
know, but
So she's not
most
actually an
likely they're
initiator.
both jumping, initiating.
She can initiate, but she's better as a counter initiator.
Yeah.
So I think the best hero to compare with is Thunderbringer. In the same tier. I mean, you could compare Riftwalker versus Plague Rider, Thunderbringer, Hellbringer. Riftwalker is better than Hellbringer and Plague Rider, I definitely agree. Riftwalker versus Thunderbringer is not so sure. Because Thunderbringer harasses better than Riftwalker does. And his ultimate is a lot better. Like, if Thunderbringer is the one that's initiated on, he can usually press R. Riftwalker will never be able to use her ulti.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, I think they're comparable.
Okay.
Alright. I'll wait for next conference call.
Oh man, unfortunately, Soris is gonna probably be in Southeast
Yeah,
Asia by
I'll be
the
gone
time.
in another week.
Yeah.
Another week, but I might still be able to attend the conference calls. Not this one, not this hour of the day, but the one with Low and Woon.
Oh yeah. All right.
Like, you could just update the list and then show it to Low and Woon. Oh, there's one hero missing. Tarot.
Yeah, Tarot.
Oh, we were freaking out about Turret.
Tarot,
Okay.
and there's a Riptide here as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Moira
Riptide's
and he's
was around
here,
Bloodhunter.
and
Tarot.
Tarot.
Riptide's around Bloodhunter. Okay.
okay, where should Turret go, guys?
Where should Tarot go?
Situational.
I have nothing for Turret right now, so this is gonna be
Where
really
should
wild.
Turret
What do you guys think?
Same bracket as Emerald Warden, Flint FA.
Are you sure?
For Staros, that could be pretty good. I don't know. It's weird. She's so weak, man. She's extremely weak.
She's